沿岸
Coastal area, littoral or riparian.
西顿
Sidon, Lebanon.
逆风
To go against the wind, contrary wind.
渡过
To cross over, to pass through.
好不容易
With great difficulty, very difficult.
阻挡
To stop, to resist.
克里特
Crete.
行驶
To travel along a route of vehicles etc.
劝告
To advise, to urge.
难保
Hard to say, can't guarantee.
宁愿
Would rather, better.
过冬
To get through the winter.
徐徐
Slowly, gently.
起锚
To weigh anchor.
鼓
Thigh, part of a whole.
一级
Which means, this means that.
飓风
Hurricane.
吹袭
Storm struck, to attack of wind.
迎风
In the wind, facing the wind.
救生艇
Lifeboat.
艇
Vessel, small ship.
缆索
Cable, hawser.
船身
Hull, body of a ship.
搁浅
To be stranded of ship, to run aground.
船帆
Sail.
风浪
Wind and waves, stormy sea.
颠簸
To shake, to jolt.
扔掉
To throw away, to throw out.
丧命
To lose one's life.
归属
To belong to be affiliated to.
亚得里亚海
Adriatic Sea.
探测
To probe, to take readings.
乱石
Rocks, stones.
船尾
Back end of a ship, aft.
抛下
To throw down, to dump.
锚
Anchor.
船头
The bow or prow of a ship.
砍断
To chop off.
挨饿
To go hungry, to endure starvation.
剥开
To break open.
吃饱
To eat one's fill.
麦子
Wheat.
负荷
Load, burden.
船只
Ship, boat.
脱险
To escape danger, to rescue.
海湾
Bay, gulf.
笼
To gather together, to collect.
舵
Helm, rudder.
绳
Rope.
帆
Sail.
顺
To obey, to follow.
焦灼
To stick onto, stalemate.
损坏
To damage, to injure.
夹
Cape, geography, headland.
克里特岛
Crete.
风暴
Storm, violent commotion.
飘摇
Floating in the wind, swaying.
微微
Slight, faint.
所愿
Wished for, desired.
袭
To attack, to inherit.
顶
Apex, crown of the head.
任凭
No matter what, despite.
缆绳
Cable, hawser.
续
To narrate, to chat.
浅滩
Shallows, shoal.
放低
To lower, to be humble.
漂流
To float on the current, to drift along or about.
猛烈
Fierce, violent, criticism etc.
袭击
Attack, ESP. Surprise attack, raid.
手把
Handle.
暴风雨
Rainstorm, storm.
断绝
To sever, to break off.
省得
To avoid, so as to save money or time.
振作
To bestir oneself, to pull oneself together.
测
To survey, to measure.
水深
Depth of waterway, sounding.
礁石
Reef.
抛下
To throw down, to dump.
祈
To implore, to pray.
盼
To hope for, to long for.
逃生
To flee for one's life.
抛锚
To drop anchor, to break down of a car etc.
绳索
Rope.
用饭
To eat, to have a meal.
掰开
To pull apart, to pry open with the hands.
遇难
To perish, to be killed.
沙滩
Beach, sandy shore.
丢弃
To discard, to abandon.
顺着
To follow, following.
卡住
To jam, to choke.
动弹不得
To be unable to move a single step.
波浪
Wave.
猛力
With all one's might, with sudden force.
赎罪日
Yom Kippur or Day of Atonement Jewish holiday.
白昼
Daytime.
来临
To approach, to come closer.
遇
To resist, imperial.
傲
Deep bay, cove.
损
To decrease, to lose.
得意
Proud of oneself, pleased with oneself.
棚
Sail.
抛弃
To abandon, to discard.
显露
To become visible, to reveal.
唯独
Only, just.
深浅
Deep or shallow, depth of the sea.
悬
To hang or suspend, to worry.
胶
To glue, glue.
覆
Undercurrent eddy.
脱逃
To run away, to escape.
零碎
Scattered and fragmentary, scraps.
看管
To look after.
缓慢
Slow, slow moving.
几经
To go through numerous setbacks, revisions etc.
舵手
Helmsman.
惊涛骇浪
Perilous situation.
随风
Windborne, tossed about by the wind.
救生船
Lifeboat.
依然
Still, as before.
肆虐
To wreak havoc, to devastate.
进食
To take a meal, to eat.
保不住
Cannot maintain sth, unable to keep.
触礁
Of a ship to strike a reef, fig. To hit a snag.
暂停
To suspend, time out, e.g. in sports.
弃船
To abandon ship.
除非
Only if, or otherwise, only when.
飘走
To float away, to drift.
黎明时分
Daybreak, at the crack of dawn.
提心吊胆
Saying to be very scared and on edge.
毫发
A hair, the slightest.
交汇
To flow together, confluence of rivers, airflow, roads.
动弹
To budge.
裂
To split, to crack.
乘机
To take the opportunity, to take a plane.
船体
Hull, body of a ship.
碎片
Chip, fragment.
马耳他
Malta.
蝉
To wind around, to wrap round.
肿
To swell, swelling.
暴毙
To die suddenly.
平安无事
Safe and sound idiom.
转念
To have second thoughts about sth, to think better of.
拥有
To have, to possess.
利己
Dysentery.
发热
To have a high temperature, feverish.
卧病
Ill in bed, bedridden.
绕道
To go by a roundabout route, to take a detour.
利基，
Asset that gives a competitive advantage, a strength.
翁，
Elderly man, father.
胆子，
Courage, nerve.
迫不得已，
To have no alternative idiom, compelled by circumstances, forced into STH.
带上，
To take along with one.
从早到晚，
From morning till night, from dawn to dusk.
竭力，
To do one's utmost.
幸福，
To have faith in, to believe in.
分散，
To scatter, to disperse.
介意，
So as to for the purpose of in order to.
领悟，
To understand, to comprehend.
迟钝，
Slow in one's reactions, sluggish in movement or thought.
不灵，
Not work, be ineffective.
闭上，
To close, to shut up.
回转，
To revolve, to rotate.
就医，
To receive medical treatment.
马耳他，
Malta.
款待，
To entertain, to be hospitable to.
火堆，
Bonfire, to open fire.
热病，
Fever, pyrexia.
雕像，
Sculpture, carved statue.
被迫，
To be compelled, to be forced.
绝，
To cut short, extinct.
麻木，
Numb, insensitive.
充耳不闻，
To block one's ears and not listen idiom, to turn a deaf ear.
闭着，
Closed.
议论纷纷，
To discuss spiritedly idiom, tongues are wagging.
畅通，
Unimpeded, free-flowing.
足，
To hinder, to block.
有胆量，
Courageous.
司令官，
Commander, officer in charge.
以赛亚书，
Book of Isaiah.
记忆，
Already.
看待，
To look upon, to regard.
情分，
Mutual affection, friendship.
接纳，
To admit to membership.
尽情，
As much as one likes.
绕行，
To take a circular or circuitous route, to do a circuit.
壮胆，
To get one's courage up, to embolden.
虽，
Although, even though.
无奈，
To have no alternative, frustrated.
不服，
Not to accept STH, to want to have STH overruled or changed.
不得已，
To act against one's will, to have no alternative but to.
链子，
Chain.
玉，
To reside, to imply.
统领，
To lead, to command.
经不住，
To be unable to bear.
交头接耳，
To whisper to one another's ear.
侥幸，
Luckily, by a fluke.
淹死，
To drown,
倒闭，
to fall dead.
安然无恙，
Safe and sound idiom, to come out unscathed, e.g., from an accident or illness.
热情款待，
To provide warm hospitality.
赠送，
To present as a gift.
搭乘，
To ride as a passenger, to travel by car, plane etc.
应邀，
At SB's invitation, on invitation.
提及，
To mention, to raise a subject.
抨击，
To attack verbally or in writing.
介意，
So as to, for the purpose of.
昏花，
Dim eyesight, blurred vision.
回心转意，
To change one's mind idiom.
到访，
To pay a visit.